We're learning more about this deadly crash on Interstate 57. Police have been investigating all morning long.
Chicago aldermen are set to vote on a proposal that could ban hemp product sales citywide. Business owners in the mayor's office have a different plan in mind.
Plus, are you ready for your next holiday flight? Consumer investigator Jason Knowles explains what you can do to avoid a travel nightmare and how to still get a deal on tickets. Today is Wednesday, November 3rd.
Streaming live from Chicago, ABC 7 Eyewitness News at 7 starts now.
All right, good morning. Welcome to Wednesday, halfway through the week.
I'm Tanya Babich in for Terrell today.
Yep, and I'm Val Warner. So listen, let's go outside and check the weather for you. Talk to Tracy and find out what you're in store for the rest of the day.
Yeah, well, here we go. We still have this snow cover from the weekend, from the other day. We have a little more light snow coming our way and a live look out in DeKalb yesterday at this time. You may remember how foggy it was. We couldn't really see that NIU campus. We can see it this morning, but we can also feel the cold. It's 23 in Peatone, 21 right now, Valparaiso. You have 26 in Waukegan, 25 in LaSalle, and 23 degrees now in Woodstock. Then you factor in that wind, and it feels like it's 13 at O'Hare and 10 degrees out at Midway. High temperatures today, up into low 30s, some light snow this afternoon. Diane.
Still fairly busy out there as far as travel. Seeing a rise in traffic on that outbound Kennedy. In fact, it's almost all the way filled in right around Fullerton all the way out. So just a heads up if you have to take a flight out to O'Hare this morning. We still have an ongoing situation. Check out our Tollway 2 camera. Westbound I-90 at Route 47. We have this vehicle that ended up right-hand side. I know it's hard to see, but it's a gray pickup in the right-hand side. You see the tollway authorities there. They're just waiting for a tow to be able to get that vehicle out of the ditch and clear that shoulder. So just a heads up there. Again, this is westbound I-90 at Route 47. Back to the maps we go because we still have a continued situation happening on the inbound side or northbound side of I-57 where all lanes remain blocked between 127th and 119th with a very serious crash that our Stephanie Wade will detail shortly. Val and Tanya.
All right. Thank you, Diane. And vehicles are still being towed away from the scene of a deadly crash this morning.
It happened on I-57 near 119th Street. Stephanie Wade is live close to where that happened. She has the latest for us. Stephanie, what a tragedy.
Absolutely devastating, Val and Tanya. All northbound lanes of I-57 remain closed right now because of this deadly crash, where we now know 3 people have died and at least 5 others were taken to the hospital. Right now, police are still diverting traffic off northbound I-57 here at 127th Street and allowing drivers to get back on past 119th. It is causing a massive backup right now on northbound I-57. And that is because IDOT is still towing away the last of the 4 vehicles involved in this crash and clearing debris from the road. Investigators were inspecting the vehicles that you can see slammed into the wall here. Crash investigators still here working to clear this all up. It happened around midnight. We know multiple people were ejected from their vehicles and taken to Christ Hospital. We do not know, however, the ages of the victims. Police tell us initially there was a 3-vehicle crash. Then a secondary crash happened when another vehicle hit 3 people who were outside from the first crash. We spoke with one man whose daughter, he says, was involved in the crash.
My daughter was involved in an accident. A car sideswiped and then tried to run off the road on 57 going north at between 119th and 127th. And the cars had hit a couple of more cars and they ran off the road, and when she stopped, the car they hit in front of her, I guess they knocked the people out of the car. And there was like 3 or 4 bodies on the expressway.
And back out here live, it's still unclear what exactly caused this crash. Again, crash investigators, IDOT is here trying to clear all the debris, get the final vehicles out of the way. But as of right now, all northbound lanes are still shut down on northbound I-57. For now, reporting live on the south side, Stephanie Wade, ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Back to you.
Thank you, Stephanie. A contractor was killed while removing snow at a metro station. Naperville city manager says the contractor was working Monday night when a freight train hit the equipment. It happened at the metro station on 4th Avenue. The city manager calls this a profound tragedy.
Happening today, a major vote at City Hall that could pull hemp-based drinks and products off store shelves across Chicago.
The mayor's office and a lot of local businesses are against the move. Christian Picos joins us now with what's at stake. Christian.
Hey, good morning. We're expecting to hear from those who are advocating for the sale of THC-derived products ahead of this afternoon's committee meeting. This proposed citywide hemp ban would mean that businesses would be outlawed from selling any sort of hemp-derived product or face hefty fines. We're talking upwards of $2,000 to $5,000 per offense. Now, some examples of these products include hemp beverages and gummies. Violations could also lead to businesses having their licenses suspended or revoked. Under the proposal, these products could only be sold at dispensaries. 13th Ward Alderman Marty Quinn is leading the charge here as the proposal makes its way through the city's Committee on License and Consumer Protection. The mayor's office and hemp beverage manufacturers in the city say Alderman Quinn is rushing the proposed ordinance through committee.
We have put forward a number of compromise solutions that we think would better achieve the goals of health and safety that we all share without undercutting a vibrant business, local businesses in our city.
Every hemp beverage business here thoroughly tests each batch, includes clear warning language, and designs packaging that does not appeal to children.
Now, this comes as the Trump administration is already set to enforce a federal ban on hemp and THC products starting in November of 2026. Now, Quinn says he's confident the ban would clear today's committee meeting. If the proposal is ultimately passed by the full council, it would go into effect within 10 days. Back to you.
Thank you, Christian. The former Illinois sheriff's deputy found guilty of murdering Sonia Massey is appealing his conviction. Sean Grayson's attorneys claim he was not able to properly prepare a defense because he was detained before his trial. They also question some of the evidence that was allowed and that was omitted from the trial. In October, a jury found Grayson guilty of murdering Sonia Massey at her Springfield home after she called police about a possible intruder. He is set to be sentenced in January.
A man faces attempted murder charges for an attack at a CTA train station. It happened at the Harlem Avenue Blue Line stop on Monday night. Forest Park police say Tommy Carter punched an elderly man. The victim ended up on the tracks and nearly hit the third rail. An operator had to stop a train from hitting the victim. Police say Carter spit on an officer as he was being arrested. He's also charged with aggravated battery to a police officer. Police say Carter has a lengthy criminal history.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is distancing himself from the controversial attack on a suspected drug boat near Venezuela. He says the second strike was not his call. ABC's Perry Russum joins us now live from Washington with more. Perry.
Well, good morning. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth says he did not personally see any survivors after the first strike and says he did not see the second strike in real time. For the first time since reports surfaced about a controversial second strike against a suspected drug boat off the coast of Venezuela, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth speaking out, saying the decision to launch that strike was made by Navy Admiral Mitch Bradley.
He sunk the boat, and eliminated the threat. And it was the right call.
It comes after the Washington Post reported at the beginning of the operation, Hegseth gave orders to kill everyone on board. The Post reporting that's why Bradley fired a second time, targeting 2 survivors clinging to the wreckage. International law prohibits killing enemy combatants who no longer pose a threat. Hegseth says he watched part of the operation in September in real time, leaving before the second strike.
I did not personally see survivors.
President Trump standing by Hegseth, now warning the administration could soon begin land strikes targeting suspected drug smugglers.
We'll attack on land also, just like we attack on sea.
The comments come amid rising tension in the Caribbean, Trump ramping up pressure on Venezuela.
If Trump were to order an attack on land, that would be an act of war, and Congress would invoke the War Powers Act. It's Congress's prerogative to go to war, and I hope Republicans will defend that role.
President Trump not giving an exact timeline on when the attacks on land could start, only saying it will be very soon. Tanya, back to you.
Thank you, Perry. SNAP funds could soon be in limbo again in Illinois. The Trump administration is threatening to withhold funds from most Democratic-led states starting next week. That's unless states provide data on recipients, including their names and their immigration status. The Agriculture Secretary says the information is needed to fight fraud. Democratic states have sued to block the move. Nearly 2 million people in Illinois rely on the SNAP program.
The long-awaited Obama Presidential Center is now set to open next June. Former President Obama shared the news in an interview this week in Arkansas. The center is taking shape on 19 acres in Jackson Park and will feature a museum, library branch, athletic facility, gardens, and much more on Chicago's South Side.
Harvey firefighters shared concerns over recent job cuts and their ability to serve the community. 17 Harvey firefighters were furloughed in October. They were officially terminated in November. The city is facing more than $140 million in debt. The department is now running with less than half of its staff. Firefighters warn that response times are already suffering as winter fire risks climb.
In this situation, it significantly increases the chances that something's going to happen to a citizen and we're going to be unable to help them.
We're all stuck wondering what's our next move as far as coming back. We want to come back. We want to serve the residents of Harvey.
City leaders warn more cuts are coming, and there is a plan for neighboring fire departments to help. But firefighters say that plan is meant to supplement, not to replace Harvey's fire department.
Today, we'll hear from some Northwestern University Jewish groups about the settlement reached between the college and Trump administration. The Coalition Against Anti-Semitism at Northwestern will outline the next steps, they say, to ensure accountability and compliance. The agreement includes new student conduct guidelines for protests. Northwestern agreed to use a merit-based admissions process. It will also pay the federal government $75 million to restore nearly $800 million in grants.
An animal shelter on the city's north side is getting a $50,000 makeover. The renovations get underway today at Felines and Canines. The cat and dog floors, along with the community center, will be updated. New murals are also being painted. Work is expected to be completed over the next 2 weeks.
Your live and local news is just getting started as we stream out loud this morning. Coming up, riders, pay attention. You're going to now hear a very familiar voice giving announcements at CTA stations.
How to avoid a holiday travel nightmare the next time you fly and still land a good deal.
And Tracy has your very chilly ABC 7 AccuWeather forecast coming up next.
Good morning to you. So a couple things we're watching today. First, just still be careful about icy spots. If you haven't thrown some salt there on the driveway or haven't really gotten those porch steps treated, just be real careful. Cold front is going to get our attention here today. So that jets in here this afternoon. Most likely will bring us some light snow. Less than a half of an inch is to be expected. Not a lot of snow, but a lot of cold. Tomorrow morning we wake up to these types of temperatures. Even a few spots will probably be sub-zero tomorrow, and not just tomorrow morning, but Friday morning as well. Bitter cold mornings, and tomorrow's going to be a bitter cold day all around. Here's this afternoon, that cold front. Notice the winds, it's a little breezy, but here's that light snow, and it just doesn't look like a whole lot. That cold front, though, is going to pack a punch with the cold. And as I said, we wake up to temperatures tomorrow, probably our first foray of the season into even some temperatures below zero. We do not have any snow out there right now. 24 at O'Hare, but it does feel like it's 13 degrees. Highs today, low 30s. A little coating, fresh coating of some light snow this afternoon, but some serious cold, especially the next couple of mornings. Diane.
And travel times remain nice and high across the board for us this morning. We really had a very busy day on the expressways, but the tollways are no different. In fact, let's go to our Tollway 1 camera. Got a new crash for you. It's on the eastbound side of I-90 at Briar Hill Road. Take a look. So we've got this box truck that's jackknifed. You see it. It's right behind that orange tollway vehicle. It's also an orange colored box truck that's jackknifed there. Half of it is in the ditch. So you've got the tollway authority that's blocking the right lane and the right shoulder because of this. And you see them trying to figure out how they're going to get it straightened out and then eventually tow it out of the ditch. So this is probably going to require one of those heavy wreckers. That's probably what they're waiting for here. So just keep in mind, right lane, right shoulder down here. Let's go to our live crew. I just wanted to give you an update on I-57. All lanes remain blocked on the northbound side between 127th and 119th because of a crash that killed 3 people right around midnight. So very serious situation there. The flatbed has already removed 2 vehicles. A third one is on the flatbed right now. So hopefully we should see some movement fairly soon. Val and Tanya.
All right, Diane, thank you. Millions of Americans are preparing to fly for the holidays, and the I-Team is looking at what you can do right now to avoid a travel nightmare and still score some last-minute deals. Consumer investigator Jason Knowles has tips and warnings.
Experts say, as always, there's a chance for delays, cancellations, or problems. One reason is a long-running shortage of air traffic controllers and, of course, the weather. But there are ways to avoid a holiday travel nightmare and still snag a decent deal.
There's still time to buy and save.
There is still time to buy, but we want people to take advantage of the fact that now is the time to buy. We're coming into that sort of last final blip. Unfortunately, flight prices don't work the same way that retail does, where you see the bargain bins come out and flight prices just magically drop the day or two before you're looking to travel.
Travel expert Katie Nastro from Going says you should be buying those holiday flights within a 21-day window at the very latest, and there's one trick that could save you a significant amount.
You can save between 15 and 30% by targeting the holiday itself versus a day or two before or after.
But be prepared for delays.
A lot of travelers don't realize that we've actually been understaffed in the way of air traffic controllers for the past decade.
And there's weather. If you're hit with a significant delay and you choose to not get rebooked, you do have the right to a refund on your form of payment, or you can get an airline credit. To prevent a domino of delays and disruptions, you should strategically schedule or rebook existing tickets.
Try to target early morning flights, 6, 7, 8 a.m. Those flights actually have a higher on-time arrival rate versus an afternoon or an evening flight when delays can start to pile up.
You'll also want a non-stop flight.
When you target a non-stop flight, if you get delayed, you just get to your destination a little bit later. When you get delayed with a connecting flight, you run the risk of then not making your connection, and so it can snowball into a much greater impact on your overall trip.
And don't forget, your ticket type matters.
By booking a main economy ticket versus a basic economy ticket. Main economy tickets, you're able to make changes or outrightly cancel your ticket for a credit to use in the future.
And another tip to save if you're still booking, since New Year's Day is on a Thursday, you can also save by extending your travels through the weekend and the following week. You could consider a flight back on Tuesday, January 6th or Wednesday, January 7th to get some good deals. Jason Knowles, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Coming up, movie lovers rejoice. After 2 years, the 400 Theater on Sheridan Road will welcome audiences back. And your morning commute just got a celebrity-style upgrade. The new voice guiding CTA riders through the Windy City.
Eyewitness News, streaming at 7, continues after a break.
Parts of Lake Superior are completely frozen. This is video from Ashland, Wisconsin, which is in the northern part of the state. You can see, take a look, blocks of ice sitting atop of the Great Lake as the freezing temperatures linger. Rogers Park is rolling out the red carpet again. The historic 400 Theater is reopening its doors after a 2-year pause, bringing movies back to Sheridan Road. It closed 2 years ago. A company that operates several historical movie theaters now owns the property. It will reopen as the 400 Theater. A reopening date has not yet been set.
Chicago, your ride just got a soundtrack. Starting today, Chance the Rapper is lending his voice to the CTA announcements, making every stop a little more unforgettable.
What up, Chicago? This Chance the Rapper. Growing up on the south side, I took the rail line from 79th almost every day. I won't ever stop loving the CTA, and I encourage you to keep supporting public transit and its workers. Be safe and just enjoy the ride.
Just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride.
Val's already singing it. And you can learn more about his CTA experience on the official podcast of the Chicago Transit Authority. It's called Moving Experiences, Stories of the CTA.
I love that. Chance is just Chicago.
That's very true.
He's very Chicago, and he hasn't forgotten that. All right now we're going to join our Good Morning America viewers. I'll have a news update on TV in just a bit. You'll see that here as well. And when we come back, a big honor on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and one fan favorite actress is soaking it all in.
Now, an update from ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning at 7:23. I'm Val Warner. All lanes of northbound I-57 are still closed between 119th and 127th because of a deadly crash. Illinois State Police say 3 people were standing on the expressway after a crash when they were hit and killed. It's not clear what caused the initial crash. 5 other people were taken to the hospital. We are working to find out how they're doing this morning. Watch for updates here on our streaming newscast, the ABC 7 app, and Eyewitness News at 11. For now, let's get a weather update from Tracy.
Good morning, Val. Good morning to you. This morning we are monitoring a little blowing snow in the air. Back there we go. Gusty winds are with us this morning. We have even had a few icy spots too. Well, right now it's 24 at O'Hare, 23 at Midway, 23 degrees right now in Whiting, and 23 in St. Charles. So wind chills this morning back in the teens. Currently feels like it's 13 at O'Hare, 10 at Midway, 11 right now in Gary, and it does feel like it is 8 degrees over in Maryville. High temperatures today, low 30s, little light snow this afternoon. Diane with traffic after this.
If you want total health care from a provider you trust,
Hi, Blair.
right in the palm of your hand, if you want soup, sweatpants, and 0 in-person contact, if you want wellness wherever, our virtual primary care delivers with great website manner.
No worries.
So choose your doctor from our profiles and enjoy the healthiest online relationship you've ever had. House calls have evolved. Advocate Healthcare.
Welcome back, everybody. Just got word of a crash that's actually taking out 2 left lanes on the Dan Ryan inbound at 75th. IDOT is on the way, as is State Police. It sounds like not just those 2 lanes, but possibly debris scattered all across all of the other lanes as well. So this could potentially be a big mess. That's exactly where we're seeing traffic break here on the inbound side of the Ryan. Picks back up again as you get a little closer to the city, but an absolute mess right now on the inbound side. And then we've got the ongoing situation on the northbound side of I-57. Let's go to our live crew, where all lanes remain blocked after a crash after midnight this morning killed 3 people.
Because Damon goes like this.
All right, we are figuring out where Damon is. Diane, don't go too far. I need to know where Chicago and Damon is. We'll explain coming up in just a bit. Welcome back. Look at this.
Are we on the air right
now?
now?
Yeah, we're on
Whoops.
the air. Snow-covered city. Yeah, cold weather. Just brace yourselves. Bundle up. Wear the heavy coat. Listen to Tracy. There's some new sparkle on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this morning.
Sarah Paulson received the 2,829th star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The Emmy and Golden Globe winning actress is best known for her collaborations with producer and creator Ryan Murphy in the American Horror Story and American Crime Story franchises. She is currently starring in All's Fair. Murphy was among those to sing Paulson's praises at the ceremony.
I have known this Vesuvius of talents for a quarter century now, and we've done tremendous work together and are in some way linked in the public's consciousness, like a Wyler, Betty Davis, Leo Scorsese, Cukor, Hepburn combo. And for that collaboration with her, I am very proud and very grateful.
I just feel like I'm figuring everything out every day, every time I'm at work, and I never really know what I'm doing, and it always feels like it's an accident when it works, and so I just can't believe that my work has impacted people in that way, and that people I admire and respect feel that way about my work. It's just a little dizzying, but I'm trying to take it all in.
You can catch Paulson on season 1 of All's Fair, streaming now on Hulu, and she'll return to Murphy's American Horror Story franchise next year.
Coming up this morning, streaming at 7, looking to cut your energy bill? Simple thermostat adjustments and a few easy tricks could make a huge difference this season.
And a kid fights the flu while sharing hope and safety tips for kids and families. More on his hospital bed to superhero comic book story ahead.
Plus, using ink to inspire confidence, a Chicago artist is helping survivors rebuild more than just their appearance.
Streaming live from Chicago, ABC 7 Eyewitness News at 7 continues.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Val Warner.
And I'm Tanya Babich, in for Terrell today and today only. Then he's back tomorrow.
Oh, don't act like you haven't had a good time these last 3 days.
Yeah. It's been a good one. It's been a chilly one.
Oh,
Today
yeah.
is a knee-high boot kind of day in order to keep warm.
Yeah, you might want the thigh-high boots tomorrow.
Oh, well,
It'd be quite cold.
I don't often pull those out in public.
Highs in the low 30s here today. We do have some light snow that will build and come on in with a cold front here this afternoon. Generally less than 1/2 inch of accumulation, but yeah, next couple of days really cold. Diane.
All right, let's get out there and tell you what's going on. All of a sudden it got really very busy out there this morning. So take a look at the big picture to start things off. We've got very high travel times. Most of them are around an hour going in or out. The only one expressway that does not have an outbound delay is the Ryan, really. So let's zoom on in and tell you what's going on. Inbound on the Ryan, speaking of, at 75th, we do have a multi-vehicle crash, 2 lanes down. We do have scattered debris all over the road, so a heads up there, ongoing situation. With northbound I-57, that closure remains in place between 127th and 119th. I'm not sure if Chopper is there yet or not, but they do have at least 2 vehicles, actually 3 vehicles on flatbed. So we're just waiting for them to tow them away and get everything open again. So Chopper's headed that way. As soon as we get that live picture, I'll bring that to you.
Okay. Now to today's talkers, and we're talking about the cold.
Yeah, we're talking a lot about that. Winter officially hits in just 19 days, and your thermostat could be costing you more than you think. Experts say there is one temperature that keeps you comfortable without racking up your energy bills. What do you think it is?
Is it what we just saw on our screen?
I mean, that's what mine is set to. Am I being especially efficient?
71. I don't know.
I don't know. 71 sounds high.
So, okay.
I thought it was 68. I thought that was the standard.
So are we asking what are ours set at, or what do we think the ideal temperature should be?
What do we think the ideal
efficient
temperature?
one?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with what's on the screen. I guess
68?
it's going to be 68.
What's your thermostat set at?
It is at like 71, 72.
72.
Even when you sleep?
Don't get me started. I would get a divorce if I lowered it anything below 70.
Oh, does Jabba get cold?
Yes, he's always cold.
Yeah.
And I'm always hot.
I hear you. I hear you. I like it cold when I sleep too. So as the cold sets in, the energy experts recommend setting your thermostat, yes, to 68 degrees during the day.
See, I just think that when it's cold, that's too cold.
So
it's like air conditioning temperatures, right?
I like 68 to sleep. I like 71 during the day.
You?
That's the thing. I wish we could have had an expert come in and talk to us about like freezing pipes and what the requirement is with that too in the Midwest, different from in other parts of the country, because I think specifically here things are just made differently. They can tolerate things differently, and I don't know. I wonder what the.
So what's your temperature at home?
68 upstairs, 73 downstairs.
Oh, you got zones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fancy.
I'm surprised you had 70 anything. I know yours has got to be close to 80.
72.
Oh, 72.
72.
Really?
And you get no pushback from your roommate?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But you win.
What does he push back?
Queen of my castle. Thank you very much.
Does he push back on the energy expense, or does he push back on the temperature itself?
Of course, D, all of the above, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul gave up that fight a few years ago.
Yeah. I just pick my battles, I guess. I love the ceiling fan, and I'll open up a window.
When you sleep?
Sometimes.
You'll open up a window?
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that. 'Cause like, we both live in the city, though. Don't you hate the noise?
I sleep through everything, so it doesn't matter.
No, the noise really bothers us.
Oh, then experts also suggest turning the thermostat down a few degrees while you, what we just said, sleep or away. It can save even more on your energy bills. So there we go. Let's move on to the next story.
Yeah. What do we have next for us now? We've got online content designed to provoke anger and strong emotional reactions.
Isn't that literally everything that's
to drive clicks and engagement? What is it called?
Rage bait. So it's become increasingly common on social media and in digital news, reflecting the way outrage spreads faster than calm conversation online. So linguists say that it is a reflection of our time. So a snapshot of how social media influences emotions, conversation, and even politics.
So that's Oxford saying that rage bait is the 2025 Oxford Dictionary Word of the Year.
And the word joins a list of other recent Oxford picks showing how language evolves to capture modern challenges in communication. So what are your thoughts on rage bait?
It's a legit term. I don't use rage bait as much as I use doom scrolling.
Oh, is that where you just scroll till you get tired?
Well, you scroll and like everything that you see is just like womp womp. Like the world is ending. We're all going to hell in a handbasket.
Oh, see, I think the phones are really listening to us because everything I'm getting is based on where I am in my life right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, it is incredible.
Uncanny, yeah.
Even
it's all weighted vests and hormone replacement therapy.
it's either that or it's the good Lord. I can't figure it out which one it is.
Well, I mean, you need Jesus in all stages of life, or whoever it is that is your higher power, whatever it is.
But yeah, so okay, rage bait. I had never heard of rage bait until we did this story. Until Monday.
You've heard of clickbait, though.
Yeah.
That's clickbait, really?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Where you click and you get mad?
It's basically you're tempted to.
Oh yes,
click.
yes.
They write it and
they write it
in a
way.
But you're baited into rage. I hadn't heard of that.
Yeah,
before.
because that's why they argue online like they're.
See,
I
don't.
You don't engage.
Nope.
Good.
No.
Nor do I.
That's very healthy.
Very
healthy. I really think that experts would say that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
If you're going to post, and then don't look back.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, ABC 7 Eyewitness News continues streaming out loud after the break. We're back in 90 seconds.
Good morning to you. Okay, it's a cold start to our day. We have 24 at O'Hare, 23 at Midway, 23 in Westville, 23 in Hampshire. It's colder, or feels colder, because of the wind. So many of our wind chills this morning are in the low to mid teens, even a couple in the single digits. However, tomorrow morning, it's going to be a whole lot colder. Our highs today, low 30s, and there will be light snow that develops in the area as a cold front is coming our way here today. Generally, we get any accumulation, it will be less than 1/2 of an inch today. But look at tomorrow. We wake up to temperatures in the single digits, and our high temperatures tomorrow only top out in the teens. Friday morning is also going to be quite cold, and I firmly believe, Diane, we'll wake up to wind chills certainly below 0.
And you know, there's a very real possibility a lot of people will be experiencing some car trouble. We tend to see that when we get that first real cold dip in the temperature. So be prepared for that as far as your vehicle is concerned, going into these bitterly cold temperatures. As far as the big picture is concerned, we've got high travel times all across the board, and I'm talking solid walls of traffic on most, if not all, of our expressways. Ongoing situation. Chopper is now there, northbound I-57. Let's go right in the air if we can. And this closure still remains northbound, closed between 127th and 119th with this deadly crash. 3 people were killed when this crash happened after midnight, after 3 people got out of a vehicle after the crash and were hit by another oncoming vehicle. So 3 people were killed, and this has been closed since right around after that crash, after midnight. As you can imagine, the delays have been solid on I-57 with all of this traffic just sitting there. If you're just leaving the house this morning, I would suggest taking the Bishop Ford instead and avoid this delay altogether, because Val and Tanya, it really is going to be a mess for quite some time. They're not ready yet to reopen these lanes. Back to you.
Understandable.
And I-57 is troublesome anyway.
Yep.
So, all right, hang in there. Thank you, Diane. And this morning, a life-changing warning about the flu. The message from a young boy whose battle with the virus cost him both of his legs.
Well, now he's turning his experience into a mission to help others stay safe. ABC's Hannah Battah has the story.
3 years ago, a boy in Michigan lost both his legs due to complications from the flu. End up finding out that he had strep, flu, and he was septic.
All of it leading to a severe infection in 7-year-old Caden Stevenson's bloodstream, forcing doctors to amputate his legs.
5. Okay, but you got to reach for him.
But during rehab, specialists helped Caden recover and regain his confidence. And now, 3 years later, he's turning his experience into a superpower. With help from the advocacy group Families Fighting Flu, Caden's story has been transformed into a comic book called Caden Blaze Fights Flu Bug.
I wanted to hold people and keep them safe.
In the comic, his alter ego is Caden Blaze, a superhero whose mission is to fight the flu and promote awareness about the virus.
Families Fighting Flu's mission is to improve awareness and education to help support getting people vaccinated and bringing awareness at how serious the flu can be.
The CDC says nationwide flu activity is currently low, but is on the rise, especially among kids and young adults. The states seen here in dark purple are where the virus is spreading, with more than 1 million estimated flu illnesses already this season. Caden and his mom say the book not only encourages people to get their flu shot, but also spreads a message of hope.
Never give up. That's like the biggest thing. Never give up. Fight, 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 fight.
Doctors say if you do get the flu, being vaccinated can make your symptoms milder. Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Sweet little boy.
I know. Look at that. Been through a lot already. It's
Been
such a
through a
young
lot.
age.
And, and challenges to come, but staying focused on helping others. What an extraordinary young man. We wish him all of the luck and good things along his journey.
And he's still smiling. And he still has a lot to look forward to. All right, on the way this morning, a woman on a mission that goes beyond beauty. More on the artist turning challenges into hope for survivors of trauma.
And when thousands of Illinois families could lose food assistance if the state of Illinois does not share data with the federal government.
England because they wanted to touch on my grandfather, who's a famous artist who inspired me to be an artist.
So that's brand new information to me.
Well, I only brought it if they wanted. We don't have to use it.
Welcome back, everyone. This morning we're shining a spotlight on artistry that goes far beyond beauty. One Chicago area woman is using ink to restore confidence, dignity, and identity one client at a time. Joining us this morning is Elsa Milani. She's a paramedical and cosmetic tattoo artist whose work helps cancer and trauma survivors rebuild what they've lost. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. I want to first talk about, well, we're going to get into a lot of things, but I want to mention the photo that's right between us because this is kind of the, if you will, motivation that guided you to do what you do. Tell us what we're looking at here.
Yes, my grandfather was a pretty famous artist, Tony Hepburn. He worked at Cranbrook, and he's what brought me to Chicago. So this is him making art when he was younger for the Duke of England. So he is what inspired me to be an artist.
But you took your art to go way beyond, we're looking at more pictures, to go way beyond just sort of for artistic meaning. It's so much more. Tell us about why tattooing cancer patients.
Yes. So I was attacked by a dog, so that's also why I chose this medium as my art. It restored my lips. It was crooked after a dog attack. I had 30 stitches. So when it restored me, that's what made me decide to get into this field. So since 2017, I've been donating a free scar procedure every month because not a lot of people know this service exists or what it is. So I'm able to take white hypopigmented scars and tattoo them flesh tone to blend back in. I'm able to restore areolas, make them look 3D. So it's, I know we can't show that part, but it's very helpful to regain their sense of normalcy and confidence, especially self-harm scars. They feel pretty judged. I had one over the weekend the doctor wanted to do a skin graft as a remedy, which that would not have been the best aesthetic remedy for that, you know. So it's just a great solution for those who wish to seek to diminish their scars or reconstruct an area. It's very restorative and reconstructive.
And that was a picture, obviously, of you before and after the one right before this one, right? It was of you on stage, and it had your lips before and after.
Yes, yes.
So to show, obviously, the kind of work that you do.
Yes.
And obviously, it's very, to me, and I'm looking at the befores and afters. You can hardly tell afterwards. I mean, it's really impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what you want. You want to have your lip-sized brows or your scars, you know, diminished without people being able to tell you have a paramedical or cosmetic tattoo.
So talk to me about the people who, and this is microblading as well for those people who are just looking at this. Talk to the viewers who are watching this going, my, you know, friend or husband or wife or whomever could benefit from this. How can they take advantage of something like this?
So I offer free consultations. You're welcome to come in and talk with me. It's a first come, first served basis for the free work I do every month. I help cancer and trauma survivors. I also do removal for women who've been trafficked. I remove their ID brand that was tattooed on. And then I work with Share organization that donates free areola and brow tattooing for ovarian and breast cancer survivors.
I mean, that really is so incredible. So how can they find you? Let's start there.
So my website, flawlesspermanentmakeup.com, and or they can email me. And like I said, it's a first come, first served basis. And then on my website, there is a Share It application and about me page that has a whole page about giving back, and then it has the different ways to apply for the removal, for the scar, and for Share It. So you just got to go on my website and apply.
And we will obviously link it from ours too. So in case you forget, you can always go to abc7chicago.com and find it there. Really quick before we let you go, we obviously know about your story too, but I want you to reach out to other maybe trauma victims and what you would say to them to encourage them to just come and even get a consultation with you. What would you say to them? Because you've been through it before, right? Like, you know what it's like to have to take that next step.
Yeah, I would say, you know, it's part of your journey, and if it's something that reminds you of that trauma, there's a solution. And some people don't feel like worthy of getting that, you know, they're ashamed of it, or they don't want to like talk about it. So it's also important artists that do this are trauma informed. You know, like I'm a trauma survivor, so I know they want compassion, not pity. So they feel open to talk to you about it. And they feel comfortable and trust you to touch that scar, because a lot of those scars are a result of an illness or a trauma, and they don't want to feel uncomfortable in your chair. So just letting them know, you know, this is what happens to you, you know, just keep getting back up and do the next best thing to make you feel like yourself again. And, you know, self-care, it's really important.
Well, I'm so thankful that there are people like you in this world who have this talent that's willing to extend it to others who could really, really use it. Thank you also so much for being here. Remember, that information will be available on our website, so definitely look for that. We're back after this break. Everybody stay close.
Eyewitness News, streaming at 7, continues after a break.
Taking a look at this morning's top stories, 3 people are dead after this crash near 119th Street on I-57. Investigators say 2 crashes involved 4 cars. Several people were sent to the hospital, some in critical condition. Police are still diverting traffic. The investigation continues.
Today, Chicago leaders will consider a hemp ban. Alderman Marty Quinn's proposal limits sales to dispensaries with fines up to $5,000. Mayor Johnson and industry leaders say a ban would hurt local businesses.
SNAP benefits could be at risk in Illinois. The Trump administration may withhold funds from Democratic-led states unless they provide data on recipients. The Agriculture Secretary says the information is needed to fight fraud. Nearly 2 million people who live in Illinois rely on the program, and Democratic states are suing to block the move. Tracy.
Well, out there right now, it's a cold 24 degrees. Temperature right now at O'Hare feels like it's about 13. Highs today, low 30s. We'll have a little light snow this afternoon. A couple of real cold mornings and real cold day here tomorrow.
All right. And of course, here you go. You can get the latest forecast anytime with the free ABC 7 Chicago News app. Just scan that QR code on your screen right now for a link to download.
You find Vecna? We end this once and for all, together.
Stranger Things is coming to the big screen. Netflix has announced that the Stranger Things finale will screen in over 500 movie theaters across the U.S. and Canada from December 31st through January 1st. Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga's Die With a Smile is the #1 most popular song this year among YouTube subscribers. Bruno Mars also tops the list for most popular songs on Apple Music with singer Rosie and their hit APT. Amazon Music's list was unranked but included songs from K-pop Demon Hunters.
What a nice sunny day. Yeah, nice and sunny.
The stars of Bluey are coming to Disney parks and cruises next year. The real life-size characters Bluey and Bingo will be at Disneyland in March, Disney World in the summer, and also onboard select domestic Disney cruises. Disney is the parent company of ABC News. And before he was an Academy Award winner, he was saving us from The Mummy. Happy birthday to Brendan Fraser, who turns 57 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News.
And before we end this hour today is the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. A reminder to support equal opportunities for all and to recognize the important contributions of people who have disabilities and what they do for our communities.
Thank you. That's going to do it for this streaming hour. If you're just joining us, don't go anywhere because we have fresh news, weather, and traffic coming up live at 8 a.m.
We're expanding our streaming newscasts, so stay with us right here on ABC 7 Chicago. And remember, you can always catch our next newscast on TV, Eyewitness News at 11 o'clock. Have a great day, everybody.
This has been Eyewitness News, streaming at 7. Now, an update from ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning at 7:56. I'm Val Warner. The long-delayed Obama Presidential Center will open in June of next year. That's what the former president revealed in an interview this week in Arkansas. The Obama Presidential Center is taking shape on 19 acres in Jackson Park. The South Side campus will include a garden, an athletic facility, a museum, and a branch of the Chicago Public Library. We'll check weather and traffic coming up next.
Good morning. So this morning, still some concerns about some patchy, icy spots. Right now, 25 out at O'Hare. It's 24 degrees at Midway, 25 in Whiting. Wind chills still bring us down. A couple spots the air is calm, so wind chill and temperatures are exactly the same. This afternoon, with the arrival of a cold front, we will get some light snow in the area. Shouldn't amount to much more than a half of an inch of accumulation. But bitter cold conditions here tomorrow morning, all day tomorrow, in fact, and Friday morning too. Diane.
Oh, we've got such busy conditions out there this morning, Tracy, and now we've got another crash making things very difficult on the Skyway, on the westbound side of the Skyway near 75th. 2 lanes are down with a crash here, so a heads up, causing at least a half-mile delay there on the Skyway. We also have an ongoing situation, but an update on northbound I-57. We had a much earlier crash after midnight that had all lanes blocked between 127th and 119th. After the deadly crash, 3 people were killed. All lanes have now been reopened. All of those vehicles are gone from the scene.
Now, an update from ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning, I'm Val Warner.
And I'm Tanya Babbage. Thanks so much for joining us, streaming at 8 o'clock. We'll get to the headlines in a moment.
But first, let's get a check on weather and traffic right now from Tracy and Diane.
All right, well, let me give you the lineup of what's going on today weather-wise. Still could be some icy spots this morning. We've had some gusty winds around the area this morning, too. But our real attention is really going to be front and center this afternoon with the arrival of a cold front. Most likely, it will bring a light coating of some snow, most likely less than a half of an inch of accumulation. Okay, we're watching some very special things going on right now. Did we take it? Can we take it? Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to be the bearer of the news. It's not my news to tell. But tomorrow morning, Maxwell Warner, we're so proud of you. M-I-Z. C-O-U. You got it. All right. Thursday, tomorrow morning is going to be cold, and we will have wind chills that will be sub-zero tomorrow, and not just tomorrow morning, but Friday morning as well. Light snow, it's coming our way here this afternoon, but as I said, it's probably less than a half of an inch of accumulation. So today's highs, low 30s, teens for high temperatures here tomorrow, and we are looking at just some persistent cold and below average temperatures. Next week, all signs are pointing to kind of a parade of clipper systems, which will reinforce the cold and also occasionally bring us some light snow